but too close. Yo. Any party people in the house, let me know if you can hear me. Do me a favor, say something in the chat for me. What up, Randy? What up? Hey, what up? What was it, Deja? Hey, I appreciate you. What up, Randy? What's good? Happy Friday. What up, Ricky Skills? Hey, Rick, when I come back up to the shop, man, we gotta link up, bro. I'll be coming back up there shortly, man. I told you we gotta do a new show. We're gonna do a new show, man, called Intellectual Rebuttal. You know? That we definitely need to kick off the ground, man. But happy Friday to everybody. You know what I mean? What's going on with y'all? Man, I hope y'all having a magnificent Friday, a blessed Friday. I got about an hour to shoot it with y'all. And then I'm being treated to lunch today. I'm being treated to lunch. It's important to network, man. It's important to not be afraid to, this particular lunch that I have today is with a young guy, Asian kid. Gotta be in his 20s. Forget how old Jeff is. I'm gonna confirm today, but last time I met him in his 20s. But he's a player, man. He's a major player in the real estate. Had real estate back in 08 when he was super young. You know what I mean? Before the crash and whatnot. And I think I got his number because he had one of these buildings back on the Back the Block video that I posted up, and I had showed all these buildings that for commercial space that could be used. Well, he ended up buying one of those buildings, and he had general contractor in a window. So I had needed a GC, and I decided to call, and then I just started inquiring. You know what I mean? Like, what else you do? You're like, man, well, I own properties. Like, man, let me take you to lunch, man. I want to pick your brain. I'm a new real estate investor. And you're like, oh, man, sure. You know what I mean? People are, popular to contrary belief, man. Like, people are not really used to being asked, yo, can I take you to lunch? And let me pick your brain. Honestly, that really don't happen a lot unless you're a major player. You know what I mean? The major players that's doing stuff, of course, they're used to that. But your local person that may be, that person in front of you, a step ahead of you, in a sense, you know what I mean? You probably don't get asked that too much, But anyway, he's returning the favor today because he just put a property up for sale that he was interested in selling me. And just didn't work because it's going to take entirely too much to deal with it on the rehab. Entirely way too much. So anyways, returning the favor today. And I'm going to do an interview with him because I always want to make the most out of the experiences. Right? This is a tip. Make the most out of your experiences when you're traveling or when you're going out and whatnot. And he got a lot of information on this 1031 exchange thing, which in real estate investing, first of all, let me back up a little bit. There's a myth that everything is catered towards the rich. That's not true. The rich can't stand the fact that they pay the most taxes. Okay? The more money you make, the more you pay. So that's not a system that's dedicated to catering to rich folks. So let's be clear about that. Because we be hearing these myths, right? I can remember thinking I remember my father telling me one time, like, nah, shit, man, I don't want to make that much money. You got to pay more taxes. And as a kid, a teenager, that programmed my mind that I don't want to make or cross into another bracket because I'm going to pay more. So I don't want to pay more and focus the negative emphasis was on paying more, and it wasn't a positive emphasis on making more. Okay? And so I just want to put that out there that that's not true. That the wealthy complain about, yo, why I gotta get hit for 34%? That's bogus. I make $100,000 and you want to take 340 of it. You know what I mean? Like that's a hurt piece. So in real estate, there's something called a 1031 exchange, where you got about a 6-month window to hurry up when you sell, to hurry up and identify a property and roll that money into another property, and it's called deferring. You're just pushing the taxes off to a later period. At some point in time, if you ever decide to cash out, it's all going to catch up. So if you got 10,000 gains on this one, $1 million in gains on this one, it's all going to catch up. So it ain't no break at all. But the name of the game is for you to build a dynasty. It's for you to build generational wealth, where when you start rolling into that particular game when you're not paying it, it allows you two things. One, you can buy more because I'm not being taxed, so I don't have this new expense. I can buy more, right? So that's a plus. And when I roll up out of here and transfer this wealth, or to as far as the inheritance go, it's still going. You see what I'm saying? And there's no tax on that. So therefore, the name of the game in that loophole ain't really, and I don't, let me retract that. It's not a loophole like it's a scam. The IRS just recognized, like, okay, listen, man, y'all, you do a great service because y'all provide housing, shelter for people that boosts the economy. The best we can do is give you a 6-month window. We ain't gonna touch that bread, but you got to put it in something else to show that you're serious about that. So that's the compromise here. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, today's conversation is for me to learn more about that particular process, because when I met the young guy, he was like, man, I had to hurry up and get a building because I was running out of time before that tax kicked in. Like, oh, you didn't make it, pay me because you got capital gains. All right. So anyway, today's conversation real fast is about spirituality and money. So yesterday I took to Facebook. Peace. And so yesterday I took to Facebook, which I don't frequent over there often. And I asked people some questions, okay? Some math questions. Like one of the questions was like, and they're all based off money. I call it money math. The only math we should be concerned with is the math that deals with money, man. One of them was like a question on mortgage, and it was like, hey, if you pay $482 a month, and they're giving you the mortgage, you take out $100,000 mortgage, and they're giving it to you at 4%. But in 30 years, you're going to end up paying $174,000. So you take out $100,000 on a loan, and when you pay this thing over 360 months, which is 30 years, then you're going to pay $174,000. So what is your percentage that you paid? What's your real true percentage that you paid? And the answers be scrambled, okay? 4%, people like 4%, 14%, 54%. You know, we're off. In this case, I'm saying you take out $100,000 loan. They say, yeah, I want you at 4%, but you end up paying back $174,000. I'll ask you in the chat right now, what's the percentage of that? What did you really pay? Right? And these are the things that me personally, before I'm telling y'all, 40 is a game changer. That I don't know if because I've heard about it so long, but when you start studying the wealthy anyway, when you get older, you don't reach, the average millionaire is not a millionaire to about age 59. You be up in your late 50s, in your 60s, before you reach that milli status on average. So you spend the first half of your life, or damn near 3/4 of your life, totally effing off. Just totally stupid, right? Before you start getting serious. And so anyway, The answer to that question is that's a 74% return. So you're paying 74% interest rate when you do that. And the gas is, oh, but out of 100,000, 4% is 4,000. You see what I'm saying? So then that is my, throughout the year, then that 4,000 divided by 12, that becomes my interest rate. All right, you see what I'm saying? They hit you with that. But the true number is, listen, see, this thing is all about following the bread. What is my total out-of-pocket expense, man? Because that's going to tell me the name of the game. All right? So then I posed another question that asks about what is your financial report card? Like, grade yourself based off of money, right? And it goes like this. If you are A, like in school, A, B, C, D, and F, right? If you are A, you got 1,000,000 to 999,999,000. You just $1 short of the billion. That's an A. And I'm talking about liquid cash on deck that you can access and put in something. Now, if you got it and it's already tied up into something, that's cool too. But you know exactly what I'm talking about here. All right. If you got 100K to 999K, okay, then you would be. If you got 10K to 99K, you would C. You would D if you only got 1,000 all the way up to $9,999, just $1 short of 10K. You would D. And if you have $0 to $1,000, give yourself an F. Okay? So again, if we're gonna work ourselves up, the F is 0 to $999. A D is 1K all the way up to $9,999. A C will be 10K to $99,999. A B will be 100K to 999K. And then if you got a million or more, put yourself in, give yourself an A. And please call me because I need help and everybody around me needs some fucking help. All right? Straight up. Even if you in the C class, 10K up to 99K, that's a game changer. Because in the C class, you in 5 digits. And I am telling you, I swear to you, and it's just common sense, that real estate for sure is the vehicle that produces the most wealth. Because those profit margins, I keep saying this shit, these profit margins be 5 and 6 digits. Very rarely is it a three digit, like that's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, stop playing. Even 4 digits, like you only made $1,000, you only made $7,000 off the deal. That's a crappy deal. They play with tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the more that you scale up, it's millions of dollars when you understand where you're going with this thing. So again, today's question is spirituality, or the topic is spirituality and money. Where do they go? Do they go together? And I'm of the cloth that they absolutely have to go together. Shout out to everybody that answered that on Facebook, or even can take the assessment right now and tell the truth. Internally, you don't have to post it, internally, knowing where you're at, because some shit has to change. Something has to change drastically, man. Real drastically. Okay? Something is wrong here when we are at, if your money's not right, that shit is stressful. We know what it produced. So something is wrong and something has to be done. So I want you to mark your calendar, because I'm going to do a free webinar on October the 28th. It's a Sunday. All right? We'll do a free webinar. And I can only share from my actual experience, man. That's it. That's all I can do is reach back and try to say, hey, I've done X, Y, Z, and when I did it, things changed for me. And I would love for you to find that avenue. Find it. And so things can change for you. But I'm telling you, see, for me, the zodiac is 12 precise areas that's going to subject matters that deal with humanity. Okay? In truth, every single thing that you can think of, profession, expression, could be defined within this 12. I always like to say this is why the ruler has 12 and they call it ruler. You know what I mean? Like they could have called that measuring stick a measuring stick. They could have called it a 12-inch measuring stick. You know, they could have called it a 12-inch gauge. They could have called it anything, but for some reason they called it a ruler. Okay? And so we can define all expressions, all vibrations, all thoughts, all things, all subject matters could be defined within the zodiacal wheel of creation. We can do that. This financial thing, money, in our society of today is absolutely the second most important thing in all of creation next to air. Okay? Next to oxygen. So it's very important to understand it. In fact, when you study a zodiac wheel, pull one up called the 12 houses. Google image 12 houses. You're going to see a circle. And you're going to see 12 even houses or look like slices of pizza. The first house is on the left-hand side, like it's counterclockwise where 9 o'clock would be. The first house is known as the house of self. This is self-expression. This is your rising sign. This is what they say you come off as. People sense this from you. I call it the house of action because it's number uno. But since it's yourself and it is you, right? It's the shell of who you are. Technically, to me, that's not first because I am who I am. It's me. Where is me? Point to you. Point to who you are, and I bet you end up right up in here somewhere. We don't, here, I'm here. We don't do that. We be like, right here, right? So that's inward, the indwelling spirit. House number 2, which is the first place that you go outward from yourself. We call house number 2 possessions, things that we acquire. So I got my sense of self personality. I'm me off top, but I must learn things in my environment. So mom gives me a binky. She gives me a toy. I start priming my mind to external things called possessions. And then I have a favorite cover. I have a favorite toy. Papa Smurf was my dude. I used to always rock with Papa Smurf, right? I love it when you call me Big Papa. So, like, you start latching on to things and putting value. That's the key word for the second house. You start putting value on these things, on your possessions. This is also the house of money. This is interesting. So the things that you value in money is immediately after yourself, or what I like to say, the first step from you going out into the world and learning, you have to learn about this frequency here. This is very, very interesting because the third house or third sign is Gemini, which is the intellect, speaking and writing and learning. Money and values come before that. And that's like, damn, well shit, if Gemini is the mind in a sense, how do you get a sense of value and possessions and money without understanding the faculty of mind? It's very interesting. We are supposed to have, and everyone does, an innate inner knowing of what we perceive as valuable to us. Florida always been this shiznit in my mind. I can remember being a peewee, 8 years old, 1985, fantasizing about Florida. Right? Hawaii. I got a perception of beauty. I know what beauty looks like to me. You know what I mean? I know what luxury looks like to me. And everybody does for them as well. This comes first before you get into the regular modality of learning and schooling and things of that nature. The next stop is home. House number 4, cancer. The money comes before that. The money comes before everything besides your personality. But the first thing you're supposed to learn outside of yourself is what is your value system as it pertains to finances. Okay? So, we're missing something here. And I know what happened to me. I know I took all kind of programs. Got in trouble for hustling before. When you die, you can't take it with you. Whether it's even my own dad, you pay too much taxes when you make that kind of money. And then my perception of making money, big money, I'm gonna be penalized. I literally perceive that as, oh, if I make a lot of money, I get penalized. I probably don't want to do that. It's the wrong thing to say. The wrong thing to say. I had a conversation with my daughter yesterday via text because she's traveling. And I'm like, promise me one thing. Promise me, and she's 10, right? And I'm like, promise me one thing. Promise me that you will get rich. She says something like, okay, I don't know. I said, what? What do you mean you don't know? You can promise. And she said, okay, I don't know. So we was going back and forth for a minute until she finally, I said, now promise me, say it. And she promised. But instantly I said, nigga, you fucked up. You fucked up. Because remember, for basically 9 years of her life, because she's only 9 years of her life, I didn't get my shit together and put my mind on it until a little over a year ago. So being in the environment where I never talked about it, where I never promoted it, where I never showed it, in a sense, right? She starts to pick up these habits and become reluctant to make a declaration at 10 to acquire wealth. Now, I have potentially set up the next generation for financial failure. We gotta have this kind of conversation, man. For real. Seriously. Y'all gotta Reverend Ike yourself out. YouTube, Reverend Ike. God damn it. Binge watch Reverend Ike. Binge watch. Go hard. Seriously. For real, for real. Because it's just not cool. You ever seen your children, if you got children, you understand, like, when your children go pull up a mansion and tell your child that, yo, we're moving there next month, and watch how excited they be. This is your room, this is your theater. Watch how excited they become. Which means they deep down will love to have the experience of wealth. They would. And our lack of financial conversation makes them later resent us because we're thrown into society with no financial guidance. And then we continue the cycle. So a year ago or so, I told my sons, listen, y'all can be bad at me, and I apologize for not being there like a father would be there. But one thing that I would not allow you to do from this point forward is to say that I am not trying to show you how to get rich and how to financially take care of yourself and be better than I have been and be the best that you can possibly be. You see what I'm doing and it's working. It's up to you to kick on. But I tell them, but I know at 19 and 17 at the time, you're not mature enough yet. Not because of age, it's just where you are individually. You're just not mature enough yet to have this kind of focus. But you get it because I got it. I did get planted seeds. My dad dropped me with seeds. Chuck, the new slavery is in the job market. I'm getting told this as a peewee. I don't remember as a kid thinking like, yo, I don't want to work. I just, as I grew up, it became like, this don't really work for me. This don't work for me. I think I need to be an entrepreneur, right? Is that blurry? Come on, Sprint, get yourself together. All right. So the seeds later, you want to invest your money. You know what I mean? The seeds later become, they blossom, they grow. Just got to drop the seeds though. So now with my youngest son, how old is this cat? I don't know, 12? Yeah, I think he's 12. So I make him recite the Millionaire Booklet rules from Grant Cardone. What is it? Make money, save money, stay broke, meaning I'm stacking my money so I won't spend it. I'm saving to invest my money. I need to increase my income. I need to hyper focus. Like, what do it mean? Like, I make him go over it. So even if when he goes off and it kicks in when he turned 40 like it did with me, it's okay. You can't say, one, that I didn't plant you with the seed, but if I give it to you over and over again, one day it's going to have to come online, and it will. So we got to start doing these particular things, right? Because we get so spiritual. Watch this. If you go Google a keyword for Neptune, you're going to see spirituality, but you're going to see delusion. You're going to see escapism. But you're going to see psychic and clairvoyance, right? So what happens is when we get in this mode of spirituality, we are invoking the same principle that deals with delusion. So we become delusional about our own financial well-being, and we say, oh, I'm abundant, but your life and your checking account, your bank account does not reflect abundance. It don't. There is what Minister Jew calls an inconsistency in your psychology somewhere. And I know how. I know how. Because we go so deep in on the mystical thing. As long as my well-being is okay, I'm abundant. But you're not saying that shit when the pressure is on, when the rent due and you a little short, the bills is due, or that little bit of resentment that you feel when you got to go and do the unexpected expense. Or it's that time of year when it's time to go school shopping and the extra bills come up because all throughout the other shit, everything's been kind of, but when September, August come around, you got an extra bill because it's book bag season, school clothes, it's that extra stuff. Now the kid want a cell phone and it's a new bill that's coming that you're paying for. That little resentment that you feel when you swipe in the card and you got to spend the money. You're not saying that, abundant shit then. All that spiritual shit go bye-bye. It's a lie. We have to learn how to marry the spiritual with the physical. They're one and the same. They're one in the same. Because it's an amazing thing with money. I'm going to tell you something about this zodiacal law so you can see this truth. If money is at house number 2, then house number 2 is at odds with house number 5, Leo. Children, romance, love, fun, gambling. They don't like that frequency. Interesting. Because these things actually, to a degree, require you to lose money. See, I said it yesterday. I'm not afraid to say, this is why I rock with Cardone. My kids are not my most important agenda. They are the byproduct of it, and I don't want to get into philosophy. Making money is my most important agenda because I have to take care of them. Of course, I love them more, but you're not my agenda. You're not my goal. I'm not alive for you. Y'all, see, this is why we got what we call baby, and excuse my French, baby bitch money, because you would make the presumption that, oh, my kids are the most important thing. Okay, all right, keep it up, right? Now, I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm saying that delusional thinking comes in very, very, very easy at this particular point. And then you wonder why you're struggling on the money tip, because we won't make that the number one priority. In every single thing, whether you got to go to the store, whether you're going to burn money in the process to get into your goal. I don't care if you want to be the hermit and go off to the mountaintop. I bet you're going to have to drive there. I bet you're going to have to pay to get there. I bet you're going to have to stop along the way to get something to get there. So let's cut the games, right? So the 5th house, Leo frequency, love, the romance, the gambling, the children is at odds with the money. Facts. Aquarius, the 11th house, friends, groups of people is at odds with the money. Interesting, man. So what's compatible with the money? Because the money is an earth thing. So the water and the other earth energies become compatible, right? So if we say Capricorn is an earth sign, well, Capricorn is career. Taurus is money. You usually have a career because you're making money, right? Cool. They flow with each other, same element. Virgo, work, 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 work. The sign of work, not career, sign of jobs, things that you do every day. Could be your career if you're in alignment. Health as well. That's why they say health is wealth, because Virgo is health. That's an earth energy. That's cool with Taurus, the money sign. What about the water signs? Pisces, the psychic, clairvoyant, the mystical. That sits in a nice position to the money. Pisces is the imagination. Oh, imagination creates reality. What I think about in my mind's eye, I can get to the money. So this is something that's been known, whether it's Neville Goddard, Reverend Ike, Law of Attraction, Abraham Hicks. This is a known fact now. Okay? So then when we get to Cancer, family, the real estate, they don't really have an odd thing with, family and money supposed to be okay. Supposed to be. I'll say that again. Supposed to be. Okay? Immediate family in a sense. Supposed to be. Depending on their energy as well. But family is really the family that you start inside of your household, and not necessarily, because see, the 4th house is home and family. So it's not your mama and your daddy and all of them. It's the family that starts with you. Okay? Everybody's supposed to be on the same accord within that. And then Scorpio is on the opposite side of Taurus, which Scorpio is joint finances. We come together. See, the Libra relationship in marriage to Taurus, ooh, that's a no-no. Air and earth don't go. What you gonna do with air and earth? Blowing yourself? Like, where do that mix at? Air and earth. Show me. Show me in nature. Right? This is why it's imperative to have a goal. Happy Friday. Peace to you. To have a goal. And we all be on the same accord within the team. But the point is, when you understand the zodiacal law, yo, man, the intellectual thing, the relationship thing, even the children thing, that does not sit well when it comes to the money. And then, like, you can see it in your real life. Like, oh, shit, this nigga, we got to argue about the bills. He ain't holding his part. She ain't holding her weight. It's always costing me. The kids want this now. I don't ever have nothing left over for me because I'm always doing for my kid. Come on. We see this reality, man. We see it. Right? How do we change it? How do we change it? First, you got to make a decision. No, not even that. First, you have to admit. You have to admit. Even in the 12 steps of AA, NA, Narcotics Anonymous, and AA, I know because I've been there, not because I was a user, but if you ever been a pusher, then they make you go to these classes. The first step, and that's interesting because they got 12 steps. Look at that. They got 12 steps to recovery. Is that symbolic for understanding these 12 laws? I'm going to do the real 12 steps of recovery. Because I know it is. Jesus rolling with these 12 disciples. Yeah, it's the same thing. Those 12 cranial nerves in your brain, man, that need to come online. Yep, it's you. So the first thing we have to do is admit that, yo, whoa, hold up, man. I don't know shit about money. I just don't. I don't know how it works. And I can't say I'm good with it because I don't even have it. See, we mistakenly think that we're good with money just because we're responsible. I pay the bills, you got a roof over your head, and you got food, clothing, and shelter. We live in good. We all right. That's knowing what to do with money? That's the best we can do? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a disconnect. They go that lie again. It's easy to come into. Right? So we got to admit that we don't know. Once we admit that we don't know, then you absolutely, and I'm telling you, I promise you, you have to become disgusted with where you're at. Anger alone is not going to change the situation. You know how long we've been mad? Shit, there used to be a time, when the first come around, I'll be moody, I don't even want to talk. Dude tell you. The first of the month come, nigga, I'm on my period. I'm on my male period, nigga. I got to kick out all this money. I don't feel like I'm salty. But I'm really salty at the fact that I don't have enough surplus after the fact. That's what I'm really salty at. I'm salty about the cost of living. You got to live. I appreciate the hot water, the electricity for internet. And, I appreciate it. I need that. So I'm not mad at that. Right? So you got to become disgusted. We've been mad. They don't do nothing. But just get in a little mood and prolongs it. We've been mad. Mad ain't changing nothing. But I'm going to tell you something about the human being, though. We ain't staying in disgust. That's trifling. You tell me something that's disgusting that you stay in. Something that's disgusting? Disgusting to me is like me having to take a number 2 in the public play. Like, I don't play them games. Like, nah. It's like going to a carnival and you got to go to the porta potty to sit down and take a dump. Like, it ain't happening. For me. That's me. That's disgusting to me. That's me. Disgusting to me is roaches. I can't tolerate. I start to itch and I go through some type of phobia or something if I see roaches. That's disgusting to me. I'm not living with roaches. It's not happening. We don't live in disgust, man. When something is disgusting to you, you change. It makes you get in gear. This is why I was talking about the movie Inside Out, when he's talking about the emotions in the brain. Everybody had a critical role. It depends on your perception and you know what you like. Like Jew, his character by far is Bing Bong because it's the imagination. But that's the imagination guru. When I went back and I looked at it, I said, oh shit, disgust was actually an emotion. And I went back and watched the movie, and had it not been for disgust, joy, if you've seen the movie, you would know that joy and sadness couldn't get back. And remember when they got back up to command and they hit the window and it was like stuck on the window? So anger, check this out. Anger went and grabbed a chair and threw it at a plastic window and it didn't work. So that's showing you anger don't work. So disgust started insulting anger, and then anger got mad and blew fire out his head, and disgust picks him up and take the fire and use it as a torch. You must become disgusted and use your anger to serve as an opening or a channel for you to make the change. So she takes his head, the fire, burns a hole in it, and then they get back into command. So disgust actually saves the day in my perception. Okay? Real talk. So, admit it, become disgusted with it, and then you got to do the math. You got to do the math. Here's the math. I'm going to show you how you be messing up money. My favorite thing to do is, we're in the 9th month. And somebody just type it in and so we can validate this thing before we wrap it up. I want you to calculate your expenses roughly. Or if you know about how much money you have left over every month, I want you to times 9 because we just got it October. So that means if you got $300 left over a month, 3 times 9 is $2,700. January, February, March, April, right? How much money do you have right now in comparison to the amount of money that's left over times all of the months in the year? Do that real fast. You should know. And see, here's another thing. One of the biggest problems is we're so grossly disconnected from the finances that we have to stop and add it up and tally it up because we don't automatically know. You know why we don't know? Because we feel like it is such a hurt piece and the money is so disgusting. It hurts so bad that you don't want to look at it because you feel like it's nothing to look at because there's nothing left over. You feel like you're not wasting money because it ain't like you splurging on trips. It ain't like you buying all these new whips. It ain't like you buying all these new designer this and designer that. It's just not enough. And you're partially right. But I'm telling you, there's some money in that you should have now. I guarantee you, you're not going to know where it's at. I promise you. How much money should you have right now based upon you knowing your expenses or what's left over after your expenses? This is how I'm telling you, we grossly disconnected. We don't even want to look at the situation. And that's not going to change nothing. It's going to make it worse. You got to go inside of this thing. You got to go inside of this thing. Like somebody tell me in the chat, I should have $3,000. because I know I have X amount left over every month, times 9 gives me $3,000. And I currently do not have that. Where's it at? I just want you to see the disparity, the gap. You won't be able to justify it. That's why the old school checkbook works to a degree. It's a different function than the automatic swipe, because you know you just got it on auto and you know you need it. And you just swipe and swipe, swipe, swipe. But Dora say, swipe or no swiping. Right? But the old school checkbook style makes you see it. Makes your brain be the ledger. Right? See, look at that. Eco Hair. I should have $37.85, right? Now, Eco Hair, great. Now, where you at? Where you at right now out of that $37.85? How much of that do you have? And it's okay if you don't have none. Listen, it's the whole purpose. We going to change this shit. I got to address the elephant in the room. Right? Now see, $37.85 and you got $267, right? Big difference. So you way over $3,000. Like, all right. So now here's the question, Eco. Can you justify the $3,000 you're supposed to have over this time? Can you justify where it went? Knowingly, like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? See, look at that. I should have 10.8. See? And then Eco said no. That's exactly, thank you. Thank you for participating. That's exactly my point. So I'm going to give y'all a basic common sense tool that is so basic you'd be like, man, for real, seriously. But I'm going to tell you something, man. It's so basic that it's going to change it. It's going to change. If you, whatever amount of money that you have left over, I want you to decide how much of that can you park. That's the whole purpose of the savings account. The savings alone is not going to get you rich. That's just a step. Because we got to first make money, then we got to, now since you make money, you got money left over, now you got to save money. Now when you save money, you got to invest the money. You have to decide how much money are you going to be able to park. And you got to play this game. And the game is to build the account, to build your nest. Simple, right? The problem is, the reason why we don't know where the money is because we don't have a plan for the money. And if you really start to scrutinize it, you're going to swear up and down somebody's stealing from you. The bank is fucking up the ledger account because I should know I should have this much money and I don't. And I can't justify where it went within all this time. Somebody give me a count on the time. What time is it, East Coast time? Because I got an appointment and I can't see my clock when I'm on my phone. What time is it? Somebody tell me the time, please. I've been playing with this sock forever in my hand. Somebody let me know what time it is. What time is it? Let me see. Uh-oh. Can somebody tell me the time? Oh, I see it, 11:12. I just got to do that. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, I'm telling you, man, this thing is real. It's like a money entity. Like, I was convinced at one time, like, yo, Jew, nigga, I'm telling you, nigga, there's a money entity that's sucking money away. And then, I'm going to tell you, then when you try this and you start pathing it, I don't even want to tell you, but I got to forewarn you. There will be a countercurrent that will appear in the form of extra bills and things of that nature that wants to take some of your money. It's very interesting to watch this thing. So start playing this game where you say, you know what? I got $1,000 left over. And that's after you saying everything is good. 50% of that, I'm parking. The other 5, I could just do whatever I'm going to do. You have to determine a number. Here's another tip. Any extra money that comes in, whether it's overtime, or whether it's something that's not a part of your regular flow. Somehow, if you're an entrepreneur and it's just not a part of your regular flow, then you need to park that money. It needs to go over here. Watch this, and tell the truth. Have y'all ever got income tax money and you paid your regular bills with some of that income tax money that you normally was paying your bills with before the income tax? Come on, man, testify. Let me know that. Say that in the truth. Say that in the chat. Have you ever had to pay your rent with your income tax, or the things you've been paying bills with? Have you ever used your income tax to pay the money, to pay the regular bills? Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? Somebody in the chat got to testify to that. Have you ever paying your bills regularly, your income tax come, you pay the rent, you pay the car note, you pay your regular expenses with the income tax money? Have you ever done that? In the chat, have you ever done that? All right, thank you. We all have. That's a mistake, right? Hell yeah, right? Oh, that is a drastic. See, look at that. You see how broken we are? And what's even interesting about it is, if you're able to pay these bills without the income tax, you've been doing it. The interesting part is, if you're in a situation where you need the income tax to pay what you was regularly doing. So it's as if something new, you was going to get a lump sum of money. So therefore, since you're not pathing the money and using it constructively, you have to get hit with your regular flow so you can use this lump sum of money to go into the regular flow and not advance yourself. That is some wicked shit, man. For you, if that happens to you, where you normally could pay, but all of a sudden something happens where you can't, I am telling you, it is because your money conscious is horrible. So it has to change. The extra flow that comes in, 100% of extra flow gets put away after you pay Sam his, if you're paying Sam his, okay? So meaning if it's an income tax or refund, then that's yours. You don't have to pay on that. But if there's an expense, a tax, like you're an entrepreneur, you're making money, okay, pay Sam. The rest goes. That's new. That's new money. Okay? So you got cash money, young money, new money. Okay? With new money, you need to pack that. And that's your game. That's your plan. So I was having this conversation. It was, man, that ain't enough money for me to save. Ain't what $100 gonna do? What 10% of what I earn gonna do? There ain't no money. I got bills. I am telling you that your philosophy has always been this way, and this is the reason why you have no money. In order for you to start to see money, you have to change something different. You have to do something different. So if you even think that you don't have enough money, and I totally understand that, it's nothing to save, it's only $50. What makes you think that you're going to get out of the rut of life, the rat race, if you're not even proven to yourself that you have the ability to accumulate this value? You got to change the relationship of it. I don't have enough, so I'm not going to say. That is what Reverend Ike had called money rejection complex. We secretly hate money, and this is why we broke. because we don't like it. You got to develop a relationship with it that absolutely adores it and loves it. So I'm telling you, even if, well, I don't care what it is, $50 a month, $100 a month that's only left over, you got to start where you at. You ain't got no choice. But if you can't prove to yourself that you can stack, and the law of stacking, the law of all these laws, the laws of vibration and magnetism dealing with money, the American dollar is the most magnetic thing on the entire earth. More precious than diamonds. Because the diamonds are in exchange for cash when you come and buy it. Make no mistake about it. This is why everybody ran to Bitcoin. Everybody ran to Bitcoin because niggas hate money. And they got such a disgusting relationship with money that they want to get into something new and hope that something new replaces it. But you ain't gonna do nothing but be broke in Bitcoin. Because it's your consciousness of how you deal with whatever the medium is. You can call it the diner, you can call it don't matter, the euro, it don't matter what it is. All right? Don't matter what it is. Can I see that message? How can I do that? I'll look into it in a second. All right? So, you're going to change that. You're going to path that money, man. Start playing this game with yourself to start packing it. It'll work for you. Something amazing is going to happen. All of a sudden, you're going to have some money. You're going to start feeling good. And then there's going to be a response. Everything is just going to start lining up. All right? It's just going to start lining. Hold on, man. Let me cut this light on. That blur is bothering me. If that even works. All right? And so, that'll start, your personal law of attraction is going to change. Then you got to come back and you still got to do the math, because saving the money, because it's just a little bit of money, that's not going to change. And you got to start, obviously, you got to address the elephant in the room on, okay, shit, well, what do I need to do to make more money? If you got a job, that means you're going to have to get a higher paying job, preferably within the job. What's the furthest that you can go inside of this vehicle that you're working for? What can you bring different that's going to bring a new source of income to the company to increase your money? I've done that. I like doing that. That's fun. Like, hey, bro, do you know you're a book company and you're not even on Amazon? Maybe I should start selling books on Amazon. Oh, shit. I'm the only person with the book on Amazon because I know the author. Oh, shit. I'm getting it all. I'm getting all this paper. Oh, I'm shipping fast every day. Oh, I'm the fastest shipper. Got the best reviews. Oh, shit. We smashing them. That justifies why you should pay me. Because I just increase your awareness, but I'm also increasing your flow. So it's only so much that we can understand about or scrunch on the bottom line. Your rent is fixed. That ain't moving nowhere. You can't save not $1 on your rent. You ain't gonna save not $1 on your light bill unless you get on the budget program, but they're gonna still hit you on the back end a little bit later to make it even out. Like, come on, man. It's only so much you can do on the bottom line, but the top line is infinite potential up here. So if you're an entrepreneur, the more money is going to absolutely talk about more sales. Let's be real. Either you're gonna up the price and find a higher quality person that's gonna buy a bigger ticket, or you're gonna distribute more units, more quantity. That's the only two things we're playing with here. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're in sales, then you're going to have to increase sales. You're going to have to increase volume. Right? Let's just be real. So then you got to start doing the math. Okay, how can I increase this? What's my target? See, our problem is we don't got no goals, man. It's just the truth. We just don't have no goals. 10X Planner. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself I just got it yesterday. It just came in. Challenge yourself to fill up all of the white space, man. Okay? Success is my duty, man. Your timeline. Then you're going to have, what is it? Write your goal down. What are your goals? What is your quote of the day? What's this? What is your targets? What are you hitting done today? Your goals are your big one. How much you want to make this year? Whatever. Your targets. What's your target for the day? Your successes. What did you get done today? Did you capitalize on these targets? What is your success? And at the end of the day, guess what? Write your goals again. Make them reflect. 2 times a day. So 365 times 2, you do the math. That's how many times you dedicate yourself to the goal. No empty space. Empty space is the devil. That's why you ain't got no money. Because you're on YouTube listening to me. Anyway, I got no money. But I'm just saying, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? I like something Trump said about his staff. And he can call people and he can get a summary of what's going on from one of his people in 20 words or less. With the old man George, it's 10 words or less. There's no need for all of this prolonged conversation. What is it? When you start getting goals, you like, okay, nigga, I know I'm technically right now, I'm in something. I got a deal on the table that, hey, $5,000 gets it done. I'm all in. I'm all in. $5,000 gets it done. I got a $5,000 position in the deal right now, in the real estate deal that's going on right now. Real talk, right? So I got to figure that out. Ain't no problem. Pick up the phone. You know, I already know where it's coming from. So, but my point is, like, instead of me doing X, Y, Z, you know what I mean? There's days that I want to go upstairs in my son's room. I want to get on the P2, and I like NBA 2K15, where I want to go get the '95 Bulls, Michael Jordan, and I want to go ham on the new school people. And then I want to play the old school people too. Like, I want to go be Michael Jordan right now. There's days that I want to go do that. I want to go play the game. And when I have that thought, I tell myself, is that getting you closer to your goal? Will that make you a millionaire? Be honest. Is that going to make you a millionaire? Is there any other thing that you could be doing? I can get it if it's the wind down period. You didn't grind all day. It's the end of the day. But goddamn it, if you ain't putting no work in and you know you got the energy to put some things, you're playing yourself, right? So I can't go play the game. Like, we know when we exhibit self-sabotaging behavior. Oh, that's another key word for that Pisces spiritual thing. Self-undoing self-sabotage. That's a key word. Self-sabotage. Yep. We would do things to self-sabotage our shit. And we all got it. Mine could be the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm self-sabotaging. Because if I got time to play the PlayStation, then I got time where I can at least go knock on somebody's door and say, hey, I'm interested in buying your house. You know, y'all ever get them yellow letters? Like, hey, I'm interested in buying your home. Like, you can go knock on somebody's door and just say, hey, I'm interested in buying your house. You know, you ever thought about selling it? I would love to live here for whatever reason. And like, I can be progressing my goal is my point. Okay. And so let spirituality and business go hand in hand. Let your spirituality fuel your money situation. There's plenty of scriptures that talk about you being prosperous is very delightful to this God and Creator. We should sit ourselves in heaven at once, as a certain teaching says. We should have a lot of great things. We should have prosperity. We should have, you know, friends. We should have just everything, man. Everything that you want. you should have, man. All right. So, any quick questions for me? Um, I did post a video today that shows a personal alignment. This is personal as it pertains to your own energy when you were born. Two things I'm going to give you for 2019 that I want you to know, because we already in the back half of the year. For most of you, it will probably be in 2019, and you need to know this. When is the financial new year for you personally? And also, when is the abundant factor that lines up on average once a year? When are those two seasons for you? And this is strictly a one-on-one consultation that deals with your energy when you were born. So I can show you where that is, that timeline, that pocket in the future. So then you can start working your energy and aligning that with that timeline there. So then when the earth and you finally get into this pocket of space, materialization happens. This is why I posted the video with Brother Dion. I'm gonna post another video, old school video, that I got using the same principle. Tara, who got $5,000 when I told her, hey, you're in a lucky time, you need to go ham. Unexpectedly, an extra $5,000 showed up for her. But you gotta, all right? So yeah, you gotta go ham. So you get to myastrologycoach.com, go to the shop tab, go to coaching. Go right there. Go to coaching. I'm gonna put it on the front page. I haven't did it yet, but go to coaching and your personal 21 days. For 21 days, whether it's gonna be in the future 9 times out of 10, but I want you to know your personal financial new year. I want you to know this very, very abundant alignment that happens once a year. And then when that happens, I'm going to put you in a 21-day practice for yourself. When that time get here, it's up to you to do the work, man. Because I know that this thing works. I know without a shadow of a doubt. The testimonials prove it. So here's the thing, and it's on sale. And I'm telling you now, it's on sale for only $97. I'm giving you the game. Your own personal timeline. See, this is what we got to understand, man. One, space is intelligent. That's a fact. Space is intelligent. How can I prove space is intelligent? Man, come on, man. Like, you deal with seasons every time of the year when the sun and this is in the same place. Like, it's an intelligent program. We can understand that. Okay, cool. Now, what has to happen is we want our life to constantly be, I'm living my best life and you're getting the best rewards at all times. This craft is using a cheat sheet saying, hey, this timeline from here to here means it's really good for you to make it happen. That's the momentum builder and the starting point that we need. That's the Kickstarter right there. When we oblivious and not knowing what's going on and you bogged down, what is really a positive space of energy that's watching you, because that's what's happening, that's watching you, and it's responding based off the energy of your daily life and your thoughts and energy that you're giving off, you are potentially changing positive energy into negative energy. This is how I know when you have a quote-unquote Venus return, meaning when the planet Venus comes back to the exact same position where it was when you were born, you should be experiencing harmony inside of a relationship if you're in one. If your relationship is not copacetic at that time, there's some major adjustments that need to happen. Either A, you in the wrong relationship, or B, you need to dead whatever that issue is and hurry up and get on the program. Because you out of balance here. I can see if you beefing when Venus is opposite Venus, because that says beef is coming. That makes sense. But damn it, when it's coming back home for its homecoming, That's the real homecoming that we go to. When these cosmic bodies come around to their homecoming, they're supposed to represent time of harmony, depending on what frequency planet that we're dealing with, in this case Venus, and balance and love. And if you out of pocket right there, then you out of pocket. But now what you're doing is you're taking a positive thing and you're changing its polarity. This is why the ancients knew in the ancient Hermetic science, the Hermetic couple, the couple that's up on science, is very careful of arguing and fighting. Because those shits produce vibrations, and the vibration in of itself is an entity alone. And now you got to constantly deal with that by itself, coming back like your little demonic children causing hell. But it's really your own thoughts that created the shit from the get-go. So I'm giving you the cheat code. A Kickstarter. Know when your personal alignment is for you and get going. Get going. I done proved this science. Listen, I done proved it over and over and over and over again through my own experiences, through showing people, and then they validate their own testimonials and their own experience. We got to keep treading in the wine press. Keep on going. Don't stop. Get it, get it. Okay? So go to My Astrology Coach. Go to the shop tab. Go to the, what is that? Go to the coaching tab. Go there. Get that personal 21 day. Get your alignment. Get your shit together, man. There's so much shit that we need to be doing that we missing out on. I mean, it's like ain't nobody stopping us from participating in anything, man. We can buy anything we want to. We the only thing that's stopping ourselves. So collectively, like, we are much stronger together. But if you ain't got no money and I ain't got no money, what we gonna do? Because everything that we really want to do, you want to go solar panels, nigga, we got to buy that. We like, stop playing around. We got to buy every single thing that we need. So let's challenge ourselves to increase our financial, and I'm talking literal, our financial paper. Because the spiritual stuff goes hand in hand with it. The visualization goes hand in hand with your vehicle. You gotta know what that vehicle is. A lot of us don't know what that vehicle is. And we can talk about that inside of that personal consult. All right? Get it. Know your timelines. 2 timelines. Personal, financial new year, and the abundant factor. The testimonials that you're going to see, that one from Dion and another one I'm going to throw up, I gave them the abundant factor. Because I know what it is. This stuff is so easy, man. This is not rocket science, man. It's not. But there's a missing ingredient that a lot of people don't talk about inside of this thing. The main activating ingredient. See, this is why I call it the cosmic twin paradox. Is this. You can have twins, and I know through experience again, because I got twin daughters. One's here and the other one's on the other side. They're twins. I got twin cousins. 2 totally different lifestyles, man. One to have his own house, Harley Davidson, be handling his business, flying out Dominican Republic. The other one to be living with a sibling. Like, what? Y'all twins, y'all just minutes apart. Like, what the hell? Choices, man. Everything is a choice. Your chart. This. These are all choices. That's all they are. You got to pick one. I sign out with this. And do these homework assignments. Look how much money you got left over. Start packing that money away. All right? Start packing this money away. Real talk. I'm going to do a free webinar, so mark your calendar. Free webinar is going to be Sunday, October the 28th. Okay? I'm going to show you some amazing opportunity, but free webinar on that's coming. All right? I was going to tell you something. What was I about to tell y'all? I'm about to tell y'all something. Something real fast I was about to tell y'all. I'm looking at my clock because I got to get out of here. What was it, man? I was going to tell you guys, you of course check that. Check the website for the personal consult. Shit, I'm having a brain freeze, man. I'm having a brain freeze. But it'll come back to me, man. Anyway, have a great Friday, a great weekend. Um, know your value, know your vehicle. Get honest about it. Create a goal, right? Like, create a goal and create what I call steps towards it. Like, are you in the right vehicle to even get it? Right? I want to be a millionaire, but I'm a forklift driver. Like, I'm gonna have to do something else to make it to $1 million. I'm quite sure, I know for sure I'm gonna have to do something else. So maybe my something else is my second job. Like Jay Leno said, he always had two jobs. The one that pays him the smallest amount, he lives off of that one. And the one that pays him the biggest amount, he always stacked that one. Jay Leno says this. That was his strategy of creating wealth for himself. The power of compounding is freaking, and Einstein mentioned something about it. It's like one of the most magical forces in the universe. Meaning, if you take money and you put it up and, you know, this money earns 6% a year and it keeps earning 6% every year. I forget what the number was. If you do, I don't want to paraphrase, I forget, but it's not a big number at all. You know, for 40 something years, you can become a millionaire, but you got to be disciplined, very, very disciplined. Saturn rules this reality, man. All right. Saturn rules this reality. Saturn is the planet that deals with materialization and structure and success, reputation, fame, government. The government is you. You're governing yourself. The governing ordnance department, the GOD, is you. This is the highest position in the sky. In astrology, this is known as the midheaven, the southern portion of the sky. This is classically ruled by Saturn and Capricorn, another earth energy. Okay? So this energy demands that you put your ideas into motion. You just can't keep them here. You ever wonder why they tell you a person who writes out their goals is like 7 times more likely to acquire it than a person who don't? Like, something magical happens when you write it. And I'm gonna tell you one thing off rip. When you got it in your head, you're not exercising true brain power. When you write it, you're exercising all 4 lobes of the brain are being activated when you write. So you put more brain power is in that idea when you write it out. Okay? That's the neuroscience behind that. Real spill. All right? So again, stay abreast, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'll be back on something for sure this weekend because I'm feeling it. All right? Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. Everybody subscribe. Thumbs up for me. And they work like that. Everybody hit the thumbs up for me. If you like it, thumbs up, right? Maybe I'll post the link. I got a referral link for the Cardone 10X planner. I'll post it in the comment sections later on this video when I get back in. But get you a 10X planner, all right? Find you a mentor, somebody that you could really groove to. You don't mean you got to personally meet them. Like me, I know Grant's philosophy, and I don't agree with him on everything. I'm not supposed to, but majority of it I do, and I know the overall vibe that mirrors me, so I'm with it and I'm locked in. And I didn't even go into the mastermind programs and all of that as of now, right? Just by me being in vicinity and understanding the message and making the changes has totally changed my financial landscape, okay? and got me in the vehicle that I needed to be in to go to where I desired to go. Okay? So find you someone and you have to go 100% all in on their material. I mean, all the way in if that's who you vibing with. You got to go all the way in, man. And then you got to be able to see some results from that work, okay? From your work that you're putting in. And I say it one more time. You want that personal alignment because it's on sale. The sale ends November the 1st. MyAstrologyCoach.com. Shop tab, go down to coaching, get your personal alignment. I want to help you. I want you to be another great testimonial to show people that this truth is indeed real, but most importantly, for you to start making some progress in your life financially. That's what matters. My greatest gratifications, me personally, I love when people give me money testimonials better than health testimonials and overcoming issues. Like, that's me personally, because although the health is great, I'm not crapping on it whatsoever because I love them. I know, like the testimonial that you see with Dion was like, damn, bro paid me only $222 and got $3,500 out of that. He made like a 1,500% return when you do the math. I was like, damn, like you make money. Like cause I understand the importance of money. I feel better when I know, yo, you make money when you rock with me. Like I like looking around saying, yo, my man getting it. You know what I'm saying? He increased his load because fucking with this information. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's an investment. That's a trade-off. Of course I can tell you when this gonna happen and that stuff gonna happen, and it happens, and that's fine. That's about. I just love it more when you can get it back financially plus some. That thrills me. All right. So make it your business, man. Go over there and make it happen. And with that, I'll see y'all in a few. All right. Peace.